Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. Guess what? That rabbit hole thing. Remember this guy? I got it at a San Diego swap meet. It's kind of rusty and beat up. Let's check it out. So the whole rabbit hole thing is still got me going. These Victorinoxes. Yeah, I said it right this time. Victorinoxes. I got shouted at by everybody because I said Victorinoxes. It's just me. I keep saying that. What do? I'm a foreigner. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, speaking of foreigners, here's one right here. A Swiss guy. You know, the Victorinox. This one, I had to look up. I didn't know they made these. This is a little unusual. I think it's an 84 millimeter length. So if you want to look it up, you need to know the length of your knife. And I found this in San Diego at a swap meet. It was just in a box with a whole bunch of other stuff, and I actually picked up a bunch of knives from that. Some interesting finds. And this was one of them, and it's one of those advertising ones. See there, it says Kendall Farms, got a phone number on it, the black sheets and everything. It's missing all the little stuff, toothpick and the tweezers, and it's kind of sort of rusty. Now, I've seen this on these guys before, where because of the metal that they use, the rust is kind of weird. Look at that. It's not your regular rust. And I think it's to do with the stainless, how it reacts. Apparently, it eventually kind of sort of degrades. Now, this guy, you can see here, that's what it has on it with the toothpick and the tweezers. And I had to look it up, and I found it. And yeah, it's called the Waiter. Waiter, as in, I am here to serve you your dinner person. It was designed for them. Obviously, you got the corkscrew to open your wine bottle. It has a bottle opener, and it has a wire stripper, and a screwdriver, and it has this long spear point pen blade on it. Pretty cool. I don't own one like this. I don't have a 3-tool or whatever you want to call it, single layer one like this. Certainly not with the corkscrew, and that kind of surprised me. But the real problem is kind of sort of beat up. Okay, you can see the rust in there. I want to see if I can clean it up. The other thing I want to do is try and fix these, the covers. Really scratched up in that. I looked for some. Couldn't find any. I do have these ones here, which are kind of, they're the right size. They look a little thinner though, but I'm not sure. If worst comes to worst, I'm going to see if I can use these. The problem is it doesn't have this cutout in it. So that's kind of a showstopper right there, and it's broken there, and that's why I wanted to replace them. So I want to clean it up. I'm going to pop the scales off. I want to look at the inside of the scales and see if they compare to this. If so, then I'm going to, I don't know, no, it's not going to work. They're well made, but I don't think they're as thick as this. If you look, let me pull this out for you, so you can see what I'm talking about. Look how thick the black is, and I think it's because it's been filled inside. So that's kind of an issue. I'm going to go back and search some more, but in the meantime, I want to clean it up and see what if I can at least clean up and make it look nice. I'm going to have to replace this scale. The only good thing about it is that it's not the side with this. So if I can clean this up and it looks okay, maybe we'll just put the red one here and we'll have a black and red one. Hey, Who knows? If you look at the tang stamp here, you can see it shows the Officer Swiss with the crossbow and the cross next to it, which is this guy here. And then that doesn't tell you enough. Here it tells you here. On the other side, it says Victorinox with the big V, Switzerland, stainless, rotisserie. I can't say that word. So, according to that, I found this. So there you go. So, pretty exciting. I do have some Victorinoxes that these guys here, the big guys. And I'm trying to remember where they came from. They all need work. But these guys, oh, maybe it wasn't from the Knife Doctor. I think I found this one. Sorry. This one from the Knife Doctor. Okay. And this one, the spring on it is broken, if I remember. And yeah, in the bottom here, you have, it's like a wing-shaped spring, and it's snapped off. So if you have a Victorinox, you can't take them apart. You can take the scales off and things like that, but you can't break the knife up in the layers. If you move the layer, want to move the layers around, you're going to lose the warranty on it. They actually say that on the website. So I'm thinking of sending these guys in. This one is, it took me a while to find this guy. For one, it has this bail on it and a bunch of tools on it. And it's actually a fisherman. And it's pretty rusty and whatever, and I'd like to have the bail fixed. And I believe there's a couple of other things wrong with it that I want to get fixed. And I'm thinking of sending these two in to Victorinox. Got to get hold of them and ask them if they're covered by any sort of warranty or anything, or if there's a problem. They're both pretty old. Back to this guy. I can't even remember how much it's cost me. It wasn't that much. I'm thinking of trying to fix it. I'm pretty sure I might be able to find the scale if all else fails. So I want to clean it up. So let's have at it right now. Okay, I've got some rust remover here. It's from Rust-Oleum. It's kind of strong. A little nervous about it. I don't like to leave the stuff in there too long, but that's all I have right now. I have my usual on order. Having done my homework and read up on these things, when you take them apart, when you take the covers off, they recommend putting it in some reasonably hot water to soften the scales so that when you pop them off, they don't break, which is probably what happened here. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to use my gift from Germany. And I'm going to use that to hopefully pop these off without breaking them. And I've found that if you go in from the sides here where the small tools go in, you can get underneath there and pop them open, he says. You just want to lift them off. You'll feel them pop. See, just like slide it in like that. Man, these are on hard. Glad I did heat them up. I suspect that's what happened. So you just pop them off like that. Okay. You can see how icky it is inside there. Let's do the next one. Here we go. And get that first pop off, and then you just slide down and they should pop off. Ooh. I suspect that that's probably what happened to that. So there you are. Pretty thin, pretty small, not a lot there, right? Which is probably why they're such good knives. So there you're looking at that. You can see here, this is where they clip onto with the little housings there line up. I'm going to dunk this guy in here. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to leave it too long. A little nervous about the liners. And like I said, I'd seen this before. Can you see that? The rust on it. It's kind of hard to figure it out, but it's like white. And I think that's just, you know, the material disintegrating over time through abuse, I would think, in water and that sort of thing. So dip him in here, splash him up with the good stuff. Stop. This stuff's nasty. Put my gloves on. Just gonna put this all over it. The amazing thing is that the actual blades and whatnot are in really good condition. It just seems to be these things, the liners. Now I'm just gonna dunk it and leave it in there for about no longer than 5 minutes, which happens to be enough time for me to make coffee. Boop. So while the coffee is brewing, and I've had this, wow, it seems to have cleaned it up a bit, in fact a lot. Wow, I'm going to give it I have a brass brush here. I just want to get in there and just scratch them a bit. It all came off. Wow. Oh, maybe not. It was kind of powdery. Seems to have cleaned it all off. Well, I know my coffee's brewed, so I've got to go back upstairs. So I'm going to take this, look at it, it took all that stuff off. Wow. I'm going to wash it off, some warm water. You don't want to leave the gunk on there. And then let's play some more. We'll have a look at the scales, get this cleaned up and see how it looks. So here we are now, and it really cleaned it up. There is weird marks on it, but you know, nobody's going to see that. And I think when I clean it up, you won't even notice them on the edges. So we're going to leave that for now. Now we've got to see what we can do here. Well, I could do with a clean. This one, don't know how we would fix that. There's no way. Here are the red scales on there, which means we're going to have to cut this out to make it work. How do you do that? I just realized these are not new scales. These are older scales that I replaced. So if I mess it up, I'm not too worried. I'm going to leave these out and let's work on these guys and see if we can put that cutout in there. Well, here goes nothing. Yeah, it's just melting it, but it's cutting through, so hey. Now we gotta clean it up here. we be close. Wow. That's exciting. They're not fully on, but what you think? Think that's going to work? Let's put them on, and then we're going to polish these up if it works. Ha ha! Hoo-hoo-hoo, boy! Look! So that's kind of exciting. Wow. Okay. I think what I should have done before I put these back on was sandpaper this, but I'm going to do with some really fine sandpaper to clean this up. It's not quite straight. I think I want to get it down a little bit. Let's see if we can get it. You know, whenever I do this, I always regret it. Something on here. Ah, there we go. Okay, that looks a little bit. This is exciting. Now we've got to clean it up. Let's see if we can polish these guys up because they're a little beat up. Maybe we can get a polish. We've got us some flits. We'll give that a go. See what happens. Can't use the Dremel on this plastic. It melts. So let's see if the flits will do some damage. I wonder if I shouldn't just take them off and do it. Because I'm getting flits everywhere here. So here we are. The handles look better. They're still scratched. Obviously, they were used ones, and I couldn't. I didn't want to do any serious stuff on it because this stuff melts. You saw what happened when I used the Dremel, so we can get some snap back in that guy. Huh? What do you think? Yeah, let's. Don't need a lot. Reading up about this, interesting. This is an option, the keychain. And I was wondering about that, and I've noticed that, let me just work this quickly. Oh, now that I have oil anyway. Anyway, as I was saying, this came in different versions where the keychain loop thingy, whatever you want to call it, is an option. And I was wondering about that, and I noticed that this tends to flop over, and when you close that, look what happens. So I think that's why they decided to make that an option. You could get it without that. This one has it, obviously. Very cool. I'm now qualified as a waiter tool user. I'm not qualified to do anything. Now, what to do. We're done, right? Nope, we're not. We're missing tools. Let's get some, because I happen to have some. Why? My friend in Germany sent me some. Right here, look at that. All different colors and whatnot. What choices do we have here? We've got red and gray tweezers, green and black tweezers. So according to tradition, we should have a gray and a white, right? And then the toothpick Oh, that one's dirty. This one's clean. There we are. We are complete. Yeah. To be honest, didn't think it would work. But I think it turned out okay. See that? Cleaned up. The oxidization or whatever it was that was on it came off so easily. So it cleaned up nicely. There's still oxidation on there. Well, I want to say pitting. Can you see it along the liners there? It's like pitting. I don't know what the liners are made of, but it's certainly not the same as the blades or anything. I really did not think that I would be able to do that. Kind of surprised me. It's not perfect. I want to say, if you look in here, oh, it's dirty in there. Got some glitz sticking in there. There's a gap on the original one. They actually had it modified so that it had a thick run along there. So here you can see it's got dirt stuck in where the gap is. I thought that would be a problem, but nope. It looks okay. If you look closely, you can see it's not exactly flat. But close enough for government work, right? Look at that. My waiter. Ha! Who would have thunk? Like I said, I found this at a swap meet in San Diego with a bunch of other knives. So I'm pretty pleased the way it turned out. Now, they were called other things as well. People used them for different reasons. And they weren't all called waiters. And it's pretty interesting. Swap meet find. How much I paid for it, I don't know, because it was part of like 6 that I bought, and I just paid an amount for all 6. Which actually included that $1.03 that I found. I probably spent $8. Very cool. Very nice. Very happy. Surprised it worked. You all be safe out there, especially when you're fiddling with these things. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. I've got lots of swap meet finds and whatnot out there, and mail call stuff that's sent to me, and I got a lot of work to do. So I'm pretty sure I'll be back. Thanks for watching. It's always appreciated, and we'll see you again soon.